you've watched my video comparing MLMs to cults, you'll know that I was almost recruited into Arbonne, which is a health and wellness MLM. And I promised I'd elaborate on it. So today we are going over that. So today I'm going to be going over how I got almost recruited into Arbonne, all my encounters with MLMs. Trust me, there's been so many, and also red flags to look out for. So quick disclaimer, of course, this is all my own experience. This is all my opinion. So take of it what you will, but I just want to make sure you guys don't fall prey to this, because a lot of you are going into university and you are maybe looking for jobs to sustain your studies. So I want to make sure that you guys aren't preyed upon. So this is why I'm sharing my story with you guys. So this is a super spontaneous video following some drama that's going on with WFAB from Monat. So if you don't know, long story short, a huge team in Monat, which is another health wellness like hair care MLM, they have been exposed for a lot of cattiness and like bitchiness, and they've kicked out members because they are moving to another MLM called iGenius, which is a Forex trading MLM, which is basically a literal pyramid scheme. So if you want to know more about that, because this whole situation is still unfolding, definitely go to these channels to check out their commentary on it. So you might be asking, what's an MLM? It stands for multi-level marketing, aka direct selling, aka network marketing, aka social selling. I've also heard of social retail coming up now, but basically they keep changing names because everyone knows what it is. It's a literal scam. So stay away from anyone who claims to be any of this. They're basically pyramid schemes in everything but name. If you make the most money in a company from recruiting and not from selling actual products or services, it is a pyramid scheme. The only thing that pyramid scheme has going for it is that it's a cover-up. Basically, it has products or services that it's selling to hide the recruiting aspect of it. Back then, I was naive. I thought I knew what I was doing, but trust me, like, anyone can get recruited in. Like, they're so sneaky about it. I'm gonna read off a script because I don't want to miss anything out. I don't want to get any details wrong. So I've had a fair few encounters with MLMs over the years, including Arbonne, and I'm in the UK, obviously, as you guys know if you're following my channel. If you're not, definitely subscribe. But yeah, I feel like they don't get as much stick here, but they are really bad. Here's a few things as to why I'm the perfect target. So as a public Instagram, like, this is my Instagram page. If you ever want to DM me about stuff, this is where to contact me, or email. As a fairly public Instagram page talking about like mindset and life coaching and stuff like that, like, this is exactly what they like. They like people with that kind of mindset because it's very easy to manipulate. Now, I don't really associate as much with that stuff. Secondly, I also started university in 2018 and they contacted me like earlier in my university days. So obviously I'm young, looking for money. So basically, this is how I almost got recruited. Someone pops into my DMs. I'm going to try and find a few and put the screenshots here. I'd love to work with you. Yes, it was Arbonne. And at this time, I had no idea what MLM was. So we went back and forth and I was like getting a little bit curious, and she never once mentioned the name of the business, which is a huge red flag, as we'll go over later. So I got on a one-on-one call with her where she explained how the products work and how you were already using them, like toothpaste, shampoo, all that stuff. Yes, I already use skincare, but I do not use the ridiculous amount of skincare products that they clearly peddle with their businesses, because they are the customer of the pyramid scheme. Like, there are barely any external customers. And she was like, I could try out some products for free. So I was like, do you know what? Why not? Free products, right? She proceeded to mail me some samples that are literally like this small, like 5 ml maybe, not even that. And they weren't even that good. Like, I couldn't see any difference. And obviously when I looked up the prices on the website, it's so expensive. And do you know why it's so expensive? Because they need to pay off their distributors. They say they're cutting out the middleman, but they are the middleman, right? They say they're running their own business, but they're literally just contracted salespeople for the, said MLM. So there's the company, the distributor, customer, when they literally could just be doing direct sales, which is what most companies do. Like, you can just buy online from them. Blows my mind. Anyway, the girl followed up with me, and thank God I didn't have enough money to like spend all that stuff, because I said no. I was like, this is not the right time for it, making up all sorts of excuses. But thank goodness I didn't go through with it, because I don't even know where I would be if I got into Arbonne. Like, I definitely would have lost so much money. I'll put like the start back here. But anyway, let's get into the rest of my encounters, the rest of my MLM horror stories with like friends and acquaintances. So in total, I've had 9 encounters with MLMs, not including the one who tried to recruit me. So there have been 4 from Arbonne, 1 Body Shop at Home, 1 Tropic, 1 IntelliTravel/Planet Marketing, 1 Osborne, and the other one, I don't even know what it's called. So encounter number 1 at uni. So at university in the UK, you get something which is called Freshers Week, where you go to loads of events, meet new people, make new friends. And there was this second year student who was advertising her weekly fitness classes. She was slim, she was fit, she was good looking. A lot of people follow her on Instagram, a lot of my friends did. We thought she was pretty cool. And I genuinely enjoyed seeing her positive content, which in hindsight, it is prime prey for MLM toxic positivity. So during the next year, I kind of made friends with her through Instagram and went out for coffee. Then one day I noticed that she started posting about this mentorship that she'd gotten, and she was really excited to be building this business, which was Arbonne. Of course, you don't mention the name of the company. I was suspicious, so I struck up a conversation with her and asked if it was network marketing. She said it was, and immediately tried to recruit me. I said I'm not interested in joining, but I don't mind supporting her shop, because I genuinely thought, like, you know, even if I don't want to do it, I don't mind supporting you. Which was a bad decision in hindsight, because you're then enabling them to keep going with this scam. So do not buy from anyone who's in a network marketing business, because you're not actually supporting them. And obviously I now realize that this was fueling her ranking and exploiting her downline. In hindsight, she had a good 10k followers on Instagram. So obviously it was really easy for her to recruit, because here's all these followers and young girls and around like my age who really looked up to her for fitness advice. So when she got into this, obviously people are going to jump at the opportunity to work with her or, you know, get to know her and stuff. So her team got big. You know, she ranked up pretty quickly. She got to like regional vice president or something pretty quickly in like a couple of months, I'm pretty sure. And at the end of the month, she DM'd me asking me if I could buy something from her shop to help her team achieve their goal, aka rank up. But it's not really helping her team rank up, it's helping her to rank up. So for every level, every rank, there's certain requirements, and there's stuff like group volume, which is how much your group, aka your team sells, your downline sells. There's personal volume, which is how much you sell or people can just buy. So there's a lot of things called rank buying in MLMs, which you can look up. So I said yes to buying something from my shop, because everything is so bloody expensive. I went for the cheapest one, which was cranberry tea, which is also ridiculously expensive. And thinking back, this is like a huge red flag, because like this is clear evidence of rank buying. This is not natural customers going to like naturally of their own accord going to buy something from the shop. She had to like beg me to buy something from my shop. Like if that's not evidence of a scam, like I don't know what is. So 1 year on, gone completely quiet about Arbonne. I'm pretty sure she's out of it and decided to pursue other things, which is good. So let's move on. My throat. So let's move on to my next 3 encounters, which are also Arbonne. So encounter number 2 was actually recruited under encounter number 1. So you can sort of see how this pyramid is forming. I met her through Women in Business Society, and I thought she was cool, so I linked up with her, only to realize that she was an Arbonne consultant. Luckily, she never tried to recruit me, and she only gave me samples whenever we met up, so I guess I would get free stuff. Encounter number 3 was someone that I just connected with on Instagram. She asked me to do a workshop for this like online event that she was hosting. So I was like, yeah, sure, why not? You know, I was doing speaking workshops and things like that. So I agreed. It didn't look like it had any connection to Arbonne, but thinking back, it was probably 4 people in her team. I don't even know if she has a team. I'm pretty sure she doesn't have a team, actually. I'll insert a screenshot of Instagram story here of when she went to the Arbonne conference, and she was saying that next time I'm going to bring a team with me. So I'm not sure if she actually has a team. Number 4 is a mutual friend. I don't even remember how I met her. She was going ham with Arbonne. I'm pretty sure she was going for DM Achiever, like the second rank, which is district manager. All these titles don't make any sense. And I unfortunately bought some things from her because I felt bad for her, which is a bad decision looking back on it. The funny thing is, all of these encounters 1, 2, 3, and 4, this is getting confusing now. They're all international students, which kind of explains why they have the money to be thrown on these things. But then again, MLMs also target people who don't have that much money and are desperate for money, i.e. students. So, you know, that could also be a reason why they were targeted, because they're all students. So now I had graduated, I thought, phew, I'll never have to speak to any of them again. I thought I'd never have to deal with this sort of stuff again. But a couple of months ago, I was catching up with an old friend from school and, just asking about generally like how's life, what's going on, let's catch up. And I was like, what are you planning to do now? And she said, I'm going to be a travel agent. And I was like, oh, interesting. Like, how did you get into this? And she said, a girl DM'd me on Instagram about it. I was like, it's an MLM. It's an MLM, 100%. I asked which company it was and did some research on it. I literally never thought that people in my immediate circle of friends would get sucked in, because like the people before were kind of acquaintances. I weren't really like really good friends with them. The company is called IntelliTravel or Under Planet Marketing. I Googled their income disclosure statement straight away. Income disclosure statements are basically a disclaimer on how much consultants or distributors are making. So it's really, really low. For this particular IntelliTravel / Planet Marketing, at the lowest rank, a rep, your average income per year in US dollars is £154 per year. And this is when they keep saying like, oh, you can make, this is uncapped income. Yeah, it is uncapped, but are you ever going to get like that much money? No, only like the tippy top of the pyramid will get that much money. So back to the story. Because I was her friend, like I was in a pickle, so I didn't want to be cut off, So the best thing to do was just tell her about it, that I'd done some research and found the comp plan, which is the income disclosure statement, and like, look, like it doesn't look great, but here's the information. But she was like too excited and had the mindset of like, F it, let's just go for it. And I was like, do you know what, like you just got to let them go at that point. If you don't want to ruin the friendship, unfortunately, you've just got to let it run its path. Unfortunately, she got out and she realized that it was all lies. So good for you if you're watching, proud of you. So let's go over encounter 6, 7, 8, and 9. So encounter 6 is actually another uni friend, and she got into Body Shop at Home. I had no idea the Body Shop had an MLM brand. I didn't know until she like invited me to this Facebook group. They use Facebook groups a lot in MLMs. And she started running like raffles and stuff. Fortunately, I don't think she ever recruited anyone. I won a raffle of hers once, actually. I don't use Body Shop stuff that often, and that toner that I won was really fragranced. I'm pretty sure she's out now. And encounter 7 was someone who was doing Tropic skincare. She was a mum from the church that I went to in Bath. She would bring her like skincare and brochure with her everywhere, and like I tried it, it was nice, but like you can get it from Boots, you can get anything from Boots, like literally my Nivea Daily Essentials. This is great, this is a great hand cream. Like you don't need to go to some MLM company which is ridiculously overpriced. Also exploitative. These MLMs prey on people who are vulnerable, looking for jobs, in between jobs, stay-at-home mums, and want to like have some extra income, and are lured in by the promises of time freedom and financial freedom, when you're not going to get any of that. You're just going to lose money. Encounter number 8 is actually from Usborne. This is a close relative of mine. And I didn't realize that they were doing Usborne until I didn't realize that Usborne was an MLM until like really recently when I was watching Savvy Writes Books channel. She mentioned Usborne, and I was like, hang on, this relative has been doing Usborne like for ages when I was like born. They stopped a long time ago, but I clearly remember them doing Usborne. So thankfully they never recruited anyone, and I don't think they were actually recruited. I think they actually signed up like themselves, which is rare. Like I've never like heard of that going on, but anyway, that's kind of interesting. Usborne is a book MLM. There's literally an MLM for everything. It's so sad. And then the 9th encounter I have had with an MLM was actually one of my ex-coaching clients. Didn't realize that she was in an MLM actually. I feel really bad for not being able to get her out of it. I could have stopped it. She wanted help with being more confident, and I was like, let's work on it. And it turns out she wanted to be more confident to sell stuff, sell this lifestyle, sell this dream. So yeah, I can see her stuff now, and I'm pretty sure she's still in it, which is really sad. So let's talk about some of the red flags to look out for to avoid getting into MLM, scam, pyramid scheme, all that stuff. So unfortunately, there are many MLMs out there, and it seems like they have taken over my Instagram feed, my Instagram Reels feed, which is probably a sign of like all the videos that I watch. I watch a lot of like anti-MLM stuff. Obviously, I don't have time to go over all the red flags. If you want to know more, I'd highly recommend you checking out these channels, linked into the description for more education around this stuff. So the first red flag I have is constantly defending the fact that it's not a scam, it's not a pyramid scheme. Like, in what other job do you have to constantly defend yourself and say that it's not a scam? Like, none. Like, if you have to defend the fact that it's a scam, it's probably a scam. When they say like your job is a pyramid scheme, your company is a pyramid scheme, when we talk about pyramid scheme, we're not talking about the shape of the pyramid, we're talking about the recruiting structure. We're not talking about the organizational chart, because yes, there's a CEO at the top, there's multiple CEOs, and then there's like managers and like VPs and all that, and then there's like the normal employees. In an MLM, that's exactly what the corporate side of an MLM looks like, because all these MLMs have a corporate company that are probably laughing at all these distributors saying that corporate is stupid because they have a corporate side as well. The second red flag that you want to look for is a lot of toxic positivity and mindset, personal growth, all that stuff. If you watch my video on the toxic self-help industry, here I'll also link it in the cards up here, I think. I still don't know which side it is. You already know that I dislike the hustle mindset message that comes with a lot of like personal development hustle culture and like girl boss culture these days. This narrative benefits MLMs a lot. This enables them to manipulate people, tell them that if you put in the work, you'll get results. So on the flip side, if you're not getting results, it means that you're not getting the work, when actually the system is set up for you to fail. As I read from that one income disclosure statement, you can see that people don't make a lot of money, and especially in these product-based pyramid schemes, aka MLMs, they say that you don't have to stock inventory, but a lot of these Hums, a lot of these MLM people will buy a lot of these inventory because you can't sell a product that you're not using. AKA, you need to buy the product. You need to load stock. I don't know if that's the term. Unfortunately, they are the product. One of the encounters has on their Instagram story about how they are the product of the product. And it's just so sad how they're like so close to self-awareness, but also not.
And you get really high quality products because we cut out the middlemen. Obviously, because this is a direct selling business, so all of the money that would normally go to advertising for like Beyonce advertising like Pepsi or a mascara that she doesn't even use, all of that money gets redirected to the product of the product, which is us independent consultants who use the product.
Red flag number 3 is that they use super vague language. So if they're talking about the business opportunity, time freedom, not mentioning the business name. If they're not mentioning the business name, it's 100% an MLM. I can guarantee you, or 99%, let's say. And of course, that means that they like prey on the vulnerable as well, who are looking for things like time freedom, to spend with their family, monetary gain, because they're, struggling, when in fact this will only make them go deeper into debt. So how do you respond to cold messages in your DM going, hey babe, I'd love to work with you, I've got this business opportunity for you? How do you respond to them? You can just say no. No is a full sentence, no is a full answer. You don't have to explain yourself. But if you want an answer, what I used to say is, I've seen this opportunity, it's not for me, it's not aligned with me and my plans. That's it, bye. Or if you want to school them, send them an anti-MLM YouTube video, and you might probably get blocked, but that's a surefire way of getting them away from your DMs. So in conclusion, there's a lot of layers to this thing. Of course, this is all my own experience. So yeah, if you have been preyed upon by MLMs, if you've been in one, if you've gotten out of one, I'd love to hear from you. Like, just comment below your experiences or message me. I'd love to hear your experiences and let you know that it's all okay. The thing that matters is that you're not in one anymore, or you're not in one, and it's just good to be educated on scams. Hopefully you enjoyed the story time, and we will go back to normal content very soon. Bye.